But yeah, so this one's on mindset, non-sales training. And this is a mindset I realize among a lot of successful people. I have learned it. I continue to learn it. I continue to watch a video by successful people every day, like Grant Cardone, Jordan Belfort, just so every single day I can be reminded of this type of mindset. And it goes along with the self-responsibility part of a lot of things in life, and recognizing that you are a lot more self-responsible for things you may not even realize at all times. So one thing I do notice with a lot of people talking to here and meeting with and on sales calls is that their mindset isn't right. They don't want to take action because all they do, they spend their whole life, and I saw it with David Allen the other day, they want something, but they're not going to make it happen. They spend their whole lives wanting, and it gets them absolutely nowhere. All they do is have fantasies, they think about stuff, and they spend all their time wasting it, stuck in their own head, being like, I wish I had $1 million, I want $1 million, I want to do this deal, I want to do this many deals a year, I need a mentor, I want a mentor, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden they've spent hours and hours and hours thinking, wanting, but actually getting nowhere. And the second you realize that when you're wanting, when you're thinking, and that's all you do, you're still using energy, man. It takes the same amount of energy to want something and to spend all your time thinking about how bad you want it than it does to actually go fucking get it. You know what I mean? It's a different thing. So there's two types of people. There's people who want stuff, and there's people who make stuff happen. And this comes into the self-responsibility piece that we were talking about here, is that you are responsible for your destiny. I talk to my parents, and my dad says all the time, people who end up rich, they were in the right place at the right time, they talked to the right person at the right time, they got the right piece of advice at the right time, and it's like, man, they made it happen. They weren't in the right place at the right time. They put themselves in the right place because they were taking the right actions to get them into the right place at the right time. They are actually responsible for everything they've done. I went to the seminar in Toronto with Grant Cardone, and Ian was there, and I talked to him, and that's how I got this job. And now I'm here. It's like, man, I didn't get lucky. I wasn't at the right place at the right time. I went on the internet. I looked for a seminar because before that, I started studying real estate, taking interest. My studying of real estate led me into actually buying the tickets for the seminar. When I was going to the seminar, my whole point of going was to expand my network and talk to people. So when I got there, I was putting in efforts to talk to everybody I could, get an understanding of people, and just expand my network. And through me actually taking all those actions, I ended up in the right place at the right time. I didn't end up there, I put myself there. You know what I mean? It's a whole difference between successful people end up lucky, they end up in the right place. No, they put themselves in the right place at the right time. There's actions that led up over the last 6 months that brought them to the right place at the right time. I'm sure Damon didn't come in the company and he didn't just get put as the high ticket closer. He wasn't just, oh, Damon's so lucky, man, they decided to make him the high. No, he was probably taking the right amount of action at the right amount of time over the right amount of consistency to be considered as Damon is our guy to become the high ticket closer. And now look where he's at. You know what I mean? He didn't end up lucky. He made some shit happen. And that's something that I hear Grant Cardone, Jordan Belfort, a lot of these people talk about, is making shit happen and taking self-responsibility for any situation you're in. I couldn't get up this morning and make it to the gym, man, because I was tired, I had to sleep in, I literally couldn't get myself out of bed. But it's like, man, why couldn't you get yourself out of bed? Because you decided to stay up later than you planned and you didn't get to bed on time, and now you can't. It's like, take some fucking self-responsibility, right? Even you turn down a street you weren't going to turn down, someone crashes into your car, it's like there's some sort of self-responsibility you can take there. If I didn't turn down that street, I wouldn't have got myself into a car crash. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, I just tried to take a detour quick and my car ended up fucked up. It's like, bro, take some goddamn self-responsibility. Realize that there's a difference between wanting stuff and making stuff happen. There's things like Ferraris, like Lamborghinis, like 5-star hotels. There's even a 7-star hotel out in Dubai. Those are luxury things made for people to use. It's not only made for an exclusive type of person. It's not only made for people born a celebrity, born into money. Anybody can get those things. You need to be able to take the right amount of action and make it happen. You can't spend your life wanting Ferraris, wanting Lamborghinis. If that's something you want, man, make that shit happen. Align your vision with your actions and make it happen. Don't spend your time wanting. You're still spending energy thinking, wanting, wishing. you could be putting all of that energy into actually making it happen. It takes some fucking self-responsibility, man. Make some shit happen. I didn't make any sales this week. I didn't close anyone. Well, you probably only did 40, 50 calls a day. Maybe if you did 70, you made it close one person. You know what I mean? You gotta take self-responsibility. Or I can't close anyone this week. I think our script is fucked up. Like, we need a new script. We need a new this. Our products are bad. Bullshit, man. You're not making enough calls. You're not putting enough time into your training. You're not a good enough salesman. Stop blaming other people. Take self-responsibility. Make it happen. Align your vision. Align your goals, man. It's the exclusive things in these world doesn't have to only be for exclusive people. Average people can get it. You've got to work for it, man. They didn't design a Lamborghini, I'm sure, to be like, man, this is only for people who are born into money. This is only for people who are just born celebrities right away. It's like, no, man, this is for people who decided they want to put in the work, and for people who have the money. Put in the fucking work, get the money, make whatever you want, turn it into reality by making it happen. Don't spend your time still want it, and then go make it happen, man. It's simple. You want to be the next high-ticket closer, start fucking selling more, start doing more calls every day, start being a role model for everyone. You know what I mean? It's simple formulas. People complicate simple things. You want something, go get it, man. It's easy. Just go get it. Align your vision, align your actions, man. Make that shit happen. Don't spend your time wanting. But yeah, this is a mindset that I dial into myself every day by watching motivational videos, by listening to highly successful people. And I just wanted to share it with you guys. Maybe if you don't have the mindset, or you find yourself slipping out of it a lot, do what I do and just watch one person every day talk about it, and just internalize it and dial it in, because there is so much beautiful things, so many gorgeous places in this world, and they're just there. They're meant to be used. It's like, man, you could also be the one going to these gorgeous places. You could be the one driving the Ferrari. You just have to make it happen. Nobody is born an exception. They become an exception, because when everybody tells them, you have to get lucky to get this, you have to be this to get that, they become the exception, and they become that person people talk about because they make it happen. They keep going when people tell them that they can't do it. They keep going when people say that it's impossible. They keep fucking going, and that's what turns them into the exception. There's no such thing as being born an exception. Everybody is the same makeup. We have the same cells. We have the same biology. We're all born one single baby. We're all made the same in a stomach. There's no difference until you grow up and you either decide to make shit happen, or you decide you're going to spend your time just wanting stuff, or maybe you don't even realize that you can make stuff happen. But self-responsibility is where it starts, man. Start taking self-responsibility for every single thing that happens in your life, and you'll start to realize that you start making stuff happen that way, as opposed to just wanting stuff to happen, you know? And it's one thing I try to tell people on the phone, or try to tell David Allen in my meeting, and some people they just can't understand it, man. They've lived their life so long, just wanting stuff, that they don't even understand that there's a degree of self-responsibility they can take that'll skip them down right into making it happen. They don't even realize that's an option anymore. They're just so socially conditioned to think that stuff is for exclusive people only, and I'm not exclusive, so I'm going to be here. It's like, man, just, if you want the exclusive stuff, make yourself an exclusive person. It's a simple formula. Don't want, make, man. Create.
Boom.
Boom.
Beautiful.